You've been flying for decades, but the game has changed completely. What worked in 1985 could get you stranded at the gate in 2025. Airlines are cracking down harder than ever, and seasoned travelers over 65 are getting caught off guard by new rules they never saw coming. From digital check-in requirements to surprise baggage fees, even something as simple as an old luggage tag could send your suitcase to the wrong continent. Every day, experienced travelers who've flown hundreds of times are facing delays, lost luggage, and missed connections, all because the rules changed while they weren't looking. In the next few minutes, we're going to walk through the 17 most common mistakes that seniors make when checking bags in 2025. These aren't just minor inconveniences. They're trip-ruining problems that can cost you hundreds of dollars and days of frustration. But here's the good news. Every single one of these mistakes is completely avoidable once you know what to watch for. Airlines processed over 4.5 billion bags last year, and the error rate for travelers over 65 was nearly 3 times higher than younger passengers. Why? Because the industry moved digital while many experienced flyers stuck with old habits. Don't let your next trip become a cautionary tale. Mistake number 1, not removing old baggage tags and stickers. Here's something that might surprise you. That Paris baggage sticker from your 2019 anniversary trip could send your bag to France instead of Florida. Airport baggage systems use automated scanners that can misread old barcodes, and they don't always know the difference between last year's tag and today's destination. One frequent traveler from Phoenix learned this the hard way. He kept his collection of destination stickers as travel memories. But when he flew to visit his grandchildren in Denver, his suitcase ended up in Amsterdam. The old KLM sticker from a previous European cruise confused the scanning system. The fix is simple but crucial. Before you even start packing, give your suitcase a complete inspection. Remove every old airline tag, baggage sticker, and barcode from previous trips. Those cruise ship luggage tags, gone. That priority sticker from your last business trip, remove it. A clean bag is much less likely to be misrouted. Think of it this way. You wouldn't drive to a new address with old directions taped to your windshield. The same logic applies to your luggage. Mistake number 2, relying only on external luggage tags. Most experienced travelers know to put a luggage tag on the outside of their bag. But here's what many don't realize. External tags fall off more often than you'd think. Baggage handlers move fast, conveyor belts are rough, and weather can damage even the sturdiest tags. The solution is what airline professionals call double tagging. Put your contact information on a durable external tag, but also slip a backup card inside your suitcase. Use a business card, hotel confirmation, or even a handwritten note with your name, phone number, and email address. Place it in an easily accessible pocket or tape it to the inside lid. One smart traveler from Tampa always includes his itinerary inside his bag. That way, if the external tag is lost, airline staff can see exactly where he's supposed to be and when. It saved him twice when his bags were delayed on connecting flights. Pro tip: avoid putting your home address on external tags. If your bag is lost, you don't want strangers knowing your house is empty. Use your cell phone number and email instead. Mistake number 3, not taking photos before leaving home. This might sound like something only younger travelers do, but photographing your luggage before you leave is one of the smartest travel habits you can develop. And we're not just talking about the outside of your bag. Photograph the contents too. Here's why this matters. If your bag is lost or delayed and you need to file a claim, airlines will ask for a detailed inventory of what was inside. When you're tired, stressed, and far from home, remembering every item you packed becomes nearly impossible. Was it 3 shirts or 4? Did you pack that expensive watch or leave it at home? A 68-year-old retiree from Michigan learned this lesson on a cruise departure from Fort Lauderdale. His bag was delayed for 3 days, and when he tried to file a claim for essential items, he couldn't remember exactly what he'd packed. The airline required specific details and estimated values. Without photos, his claim was reduced by more than half. The process takes less than 2 minutes. Snap a few photos of your closed suitcase from different angles, then open it and photograph the contents. Email the photos to yourself or save them to your phone's cloud storage. If you're not comfortable with technology, ask a family member to help you set this up. Mistake number 4. Choosing generic black or navy luggage. Walk up to any baggage carousel and you'll see a sea of identical black and navy suitcases. When you're tired after a long flight, the last thing you want is to play "Guess Which Bag Is Mine" with 50 nearly identical pieces of luggage. But there's a bigger problem than just convenience. Other passengers sometimes grab the wrong bag by mistake, especially if they're in a hurry or not paying close attention. Your generic black suitcase could end up in someone else's car, leaving you stranded without your belongings. The solution is to make your luggage unmistakably yours. If you already own a plain suitcase, customize it. Tie a bright ribbon around the handle, add colorful luggage tags, or use fabric paint to add your initials. Some travelers use distinctive luggage straps or even small decorative patches. If you're buying new luggage, skip the safe colors. Go for bright red, electric blue, or even a bold pattern. Yes, it might feel flashy, but you'll spot it immediately on the carousel, and other passengers are much less likely to grab it by mistake. One veteran traveler from Arizona uses a bright orange suitcase and says he's never had anyone accidentally take his bag. "It's not pretty," he jokes, "but it's mine, and I always know where it is." Mistake number 5, not understanding smart luggage restrictions. If you've invested in one of those high-tech suitcases that charges your phone, weighs itself, or tracks its location, you need to know the new rules. Many of these smart bags contain lithium batteries, and airlines have gotten much stricter about battery-powered luggage in 2025. The key question is whether the battery can be removed. If your smart suitcase has a non-removable battery, many airlines now ban it entirely from both carry-on and checked luggage. This is due to fire safety concerns. Lithium batteries can overheat and cause serious problems in the cargo hold. If the battery can be removed, you'll need to take it out before checking the bag and carry the battery with you in the cabin. Some airlines require you to demonstrate that the battery is removable before they'll accept the luggage. A retired engineer from Seattle discovered this rule the hard way when his $400 smart suitcase was rejected at check-in. The battery was built into the frame and couldn't be removed, so he had to either leave the bag behind or buy a replacement at the airport gift shop. Before traveling with smart luggage, contact your airline directly to confirm their policy. Don't assume that, because you flew with it before, it's still acceptable. Rules change, and what was allowed last year might be banned today. Mistake number 6, improper power bank packing. Power banks have become essential travel gear, especially for keeping phones charged during long layovers. But after several incidents in 2025, including an emergency evacuation on an Airbus flight, airlines are enforcing much stricter rules about portable chargers. Here's what many travelers don't realize. Power banks are never allowed in checked luggage. They must always go in your carry-on bag. The reason is simple. If a power bank overheats or catches fire in the cargo hold, the crew can't access it to put out the fire. In the cabin, they have fire extinguishers and can respond immediately. But not all power banks are created equal. Those massive portable chargers that can jump-start your car, they're likely too powerful for air travel. Power banks over 32,000 milliamp hours mAh are completely banned from flights. Those between 20,000 and 32,000 milliamp hours need airline approval before you can bring them aboard. The safest bet is to stick with smaller power banks under 20,000 milliamp hours. Check the specifications printed on your device. If you can't find the milliamp hour rating, it's probably listed in the user manual or on the manufacturer's website. One frequent flyer from Florida always carries 2 smaller power banks instead of one large one. "It gives me the same charging capacity," he explains, "but I never have to worry about airline restrictions or getting special approval." Mistake number 7, not checking airline apps or digital requirements. Many experienced travelers prefer paper tickets and traditional check-in methods, but airlines are pushing hard toward digital-only processes. Some carriers now charge extra fees for paper boarding passes or require you to use their mobile app for certain services. The bigger issue is staying informed about flight changes. Gate changes, delays, and cancellations are often announced through airline apps before they are posted on airport monitors or announced over the PA system. If you're not connected to the airline's digital system, you might miss critical updates. A 72-year-old traveler from Ohio missed his connecting flight in Chicago because he didn't have the airline app installed. His gate was changed twice, but he was waiting at the original gate because he never received the notifications. By the time he realized what happened, his flight was already boarding at the new gate 3 terminals away. You don't need to become a tech expert, but having the airline app on your phone or asking a family member to help you set it up can save you hours of frustration. At minimum, make sure you have the airline's customer service number saved in your phone and know your confirmation code by heart. Mistake number 8. Ignoring new timing requirements. The old rule of arriving 2 hours early for domestic flights and 3 hours for international travel isn't enough anymore. Many airports now recommend additional time for travelers who need assistance, and some airlines have moved up their check-in deadlines. This is especially important if you plan to request wheelchair assistance, need help with heavy bags, or want to take advantage of senior-friendly services. These services are wonderful, but they require coordination and extra time. A retired teacher from Nevada always flew with the same routine: arrive 2 hours early, check her bag, and head to the gate. But on a recent trip to visit her daughter, she discovered that her airline now stops accepting checked bags 45 minutes before departure instead of the old 30-minute cutoff. She missed the deadline by 10 minutes and had to rebook on a later flight. The solution is to check your specific airline's requirements before each trip. Don't assume the rules are the same as your last flight. Many airlines have updated their policies in 2025, and what worked 6 months ago might not work today. Plan to arrive at least 30 minutes earlier than you think you need. That extra buffer time can be the difference between a smooth departure and a stressful rebooking situation. Mistake number 9. Not requesting available senior services. Airlines offer numerous services specifically designed to help older travelers, but many seniors don't know about them or feel uncomfortable asking. This is a mistake that can turn a manageable trip into an exhausting ordeal. Most airlines provide wheelchair assistance not just for travelers who can't walk, but for anyone who has difficulty with long distances or standing for extended periods. You don't need a doctor's note or proof of disability. Just request it when you book your flight or call the airline at least 24 hours in advance. Pre-boarding is another service that many seniors don't utilize. If you need extra time to get settled, store your carry-on, or just prefer to avoid the rush of general boarding, you can request priority boarding. Most airlines allow this for travelers over 65 or anyone with mobility concerns. A 69-year-old veteran from Texas was struggling with heavy bags and long terminal walks until his daughter convinced him to request assistance. "I thought it was only for people in wheelchairs," he admits. But the airline staff was incredibly helpful, and it made traveling enjoyable again instead of something I dreaded. Don't let pride prevent you from using services you've earned through decades of flying. These accommodations exist to make travel safer and more comfortable for everyone. Mistake number 10. Packing prohibited items without realizing it. The list of items banned from checked luggage has expanded significantly, and some of the restrictions might surprise you. Items that seem perfectly harmless can cause your bag to be flagged, searched, or even removed from the flight. Lithium batteries are the big one that catches many travelers off guard. This includes not just obvious items like spare camera batteries, but also things like electric toothbrushes, portable fans, and even some medical devices. If it has a rechargeable battery, it probably needs to go in your carry-on, not your checked bag. Aerosol cans are another common problem. That can of shaving cream or hairspray that you've packed for years might now exceed size limits or be considered hazardous. The rules vary by airline and destination, so what's allowed on one flight might be banned on another. A retired nurse from California had her bag delayed for 6 hours because she packed a small can of dry shampoo that exceeded the airline's aerosol limits. "I'd been packing the same toiletries for 20 years, she says. "I had no idea the rules had changed." Before packing, check the TSA website and your airline's prohibited items list. When in doubt, leave questionable items at home or pack them in your carry-on, where you can explain them to security if needed. Mistake number 11, not understanding baggage fee changes. Baggage fees have become a moving target, with airlines frequently adjusting their policies and pricing. What's particularly frustrating for experienced travelers is that fees can vary based on when you pay, how you book, and even which credit card you use. Many airlines now charge significantly more for bags paid for at the airport versus online during booking. A bag that costs $30 when you book your flight might cost $60 if you wait until check-in. For travelers on fixed incomes, these surprise fees can seriously impact travel budgets. The situation gets more complicated with connecting flights on different airlines. Your first bag might be free on the first airline, but cost $50 on the connecting carrier. Some airlines have partnerships that waive these fees, while others treat each segment separately. A retired postal worker from Kansas was shocked when his free checked bag on the first leg of his journey cost him $75 on the connecting flight. The airlines didn't have a baggage agreement, and he hadn't been warned about the additional fee when booking. The best defense is to research baggage policies for every airline on your itinerary before you travel. If you're booking through a travel agent or online service, specifically ask about baggage fees for each segment of your trip. Mistake number 12, improper medication packing. Prescription medications require special attention when checking bags, and the rules have become more complex in recent years. The basic principle is simple. Keep essential medications in your carry-on. But there are nuances that can cause problems if you're not prepared. All prescription medications should be in their original pharmacy bottles, with your name and prescription information clearly visible. This is especially important for controlled substances or medications that might be questioned by security or customs officials. If you're traveling with liquid medications that exceed the 311 rule, you'll need to declare them at security. This includes things like insulin, eye drops, or liquid pain medications. Having a doctor's note or prescription label makes this process much smoother. For longer trips, many seniors pack extra medication in their checked bags as a backup. This is smart planning, but those medications also need to be properly labeled and documented. Some countries have strict rules about importing certain medications, even for personal use. A diabetic traveler from Oregon ran into problems when his checked bag was delayed, and his backup insulin wasn't properly labeled. Customs officials in his destination country held the medication for inspection, leaving him without his backup supply when he needed it most. Mistake number 13. Not confirming baggage routing on connecting flights continued. International flights add another layer of complexity. In many cases, you'll need to collect your bag when you first enter a country, even if it's just a connecting flight. Go through customs, and then recheck it for your final destination. This is true even if you're not leaving the airport. A retired teacher from Wisconsin learned this lesson on a trip to visit her son in Rome. Her flight connected through London, and she assumed her bag would go straight through to Italy. Instead, she was required to collect it in London, clear customs, and recheck it. A process that took over an hour and nearly caused her to miss her connection. The solution is simple but critical. Always ask the check-in agent to confirm your baggage routing. Get verbal confirmation and, if possible, ask them to show you on your baggage receipt that it's tagged all the way to your final destination. If there's any doubt, ask to speak with a supervisor. Don't be embarrassed to ask this question multiple times or to different agents. Your peace of mind is worth more than avoiding a potentially awkward conversation. Mistake number 14. Not watching the check-in process carefully. Many travelers hand over their bag at check-in and walk away without paying attention to what the agent is doing. This is a missed opportunity to catch potentially trip-ruining mistakes before they happen. Watch carefully as the agent prints and attaches your baggage tag. The barcode should be clear and undamaged. If it looks smudged, faded, or torn, ask for a new one. A damaged barcode might not scan properly at transfer points, which can cause your bag to be delayed or misrouted. Check the 3-letter airport code on your baggage tag. This code tells the baggage system where your bag should go, and a single wrong letter can send it to the wrong country. LAX, Los Angeles, and LAS, Las Vegas. are easy to confuse, as are JFK, New York, and JAX, Jacksonville. A businessman from Phoenix discovered this when his bag was tagged for Portland, Maine, instead of Portland, Oregon. The codes are PWM and PDX, respectively, and the check-in agent had selected the wrong one. He caught the mistake because he was paying attention to the process. If you're not familiar with airport codes, ask the agent to confirm verbally. This tag will send my bag to Denver, Colorado, correct? It takes 5 seconds and could save you days of hassle. Mistake number 15. Not understanding weight restrictions and overweight fees. Baggage weight limits haven't changed much over the years, but the fees for exceeding them have skyrocketed. What used to be a modest overweight charge can now cost more than buying an additional bag. Most domestic airlines allow 50 pounds for checked bags, but international flights often have different limits. Some allow only 44 pounds, 20 kilograms, while others permit up to 70 pounds depending on your destination and ticket type. The fees for overweight bags can be shocking. A bag that's 55 pounds instead of 50 might cost an extra $100 or more. Bags over 70 pounds are often refused entirely, or charge as much as $200 in excess fees. A retired couple from Minnesota faced a $300 overweight fee when returning from a European vacation with souvenirs and gifts. They had packed carefully on the way there, but hadn't considered the weight of their purchases. The fee was more than they had spent on gifts for their grandchildren. Invest in a luggage scale. They cost less than $20 and can save you hundreds in fees. Weigh your bag at home before leaving, and if you're close to the limit, redistribute items between your checked bag and carry-on. Mistake number 16. Not having backup plans for bag delays. Even when you do everything right, bags sometimes get delayed or lost. Experienced travelers know this can happen, but many don't prepare for it properly. Having a backup plan can turn a potential disaster into a minor inconvenience. Pack essential items in your carry-on, at least one change of clothes, necessary medications, important documents, and basic toiletries. This survival kit should be enough to get you through 24 to 48 hours if your checked bag doesn't arrive with you. Keep receipts for any emergency purchases you have to make due to bag delays. Most airlines will reimburse reasonable expenses for toiletries, clothing, and other necessities. But you need documentation to file a claim. Know your airline's baggage delay policies before you travel. Some airlines provide amenity kits or vouchers for essential items, while others require you to make purchases and seek reimbursement later. Understanding the process in advance saves time and stress when you're dealing with missing luggage. A retiree from Colorado always packs a small bag within his larger suitcase containing a change of clothes and toiletries. If my big bag gets lost, I just pull out the small one and I'm set for a couple of days, he explains. It saved me more than once. Mistake number 17. Not using airline apps for baggage tracking. This might be the most important technological advancement that many seniors are missing out on. Most major airlines now offer real-time baggage tracking through their mobile apps, allowing you to see exactly where your bag is throughout your journey. These apps can tell you when your bag is loaded onto the plane, when it's transferred during connections, and when it arrives at the baggage carousel. If there's a problem, you'll often know about it before airline staff do. The apps also allow you to report lost or delayed bags immediately, often with just a few taps on your phone. This can save you from standing in long customer service lines at the airport when you're tired and frustrated. A frequent traveler from Florida credits the airline app with saving his vacation. His bag was delayed on a connection, but the app showed him exactly where it was and when it would arrive. Instead of worrying or spending time at the customer service desk, he was able to enjoy his first day knowing his bag would be delivered to his hotel the next morning. If you're not comfortable with smartphone apps, ask a family member to help you set up the airline app and show you how to use the basic tracking features. It's worth the small learning curve for the peace of mind it provides. Conclusion. Your next flight starts before you leave home. These 17 mistakes might seem overwhelming, but here's the truth. Once you know what to watch for, avoiding them becomes second nature. The airlines have changed the game, but experienced travelers like you have something younger passengers don't: decades of travel wisdom and the patience to do things right. The key is preparation. Check your airline's current policies before each trip, not just once a year. Take 5 minutes to clean old tags off your luggage and photograph your packed bags. Ask questions at check-in instead of assuming everything will work the way it used to. Most importantly, don't let pride prevent you from using the services and accommodations you've earned. Request assistance when you need it, ask for help with technology, and take advantage of senior-friendly policies that can make your travel experience smoother and more enjoyable. Air travel in 2025 is different from the flying you grew up with, but it doesn't have to be more difficult. With the right preparation and knowledge, you can navigate these new rules just as successfully as you've navigated decades of travel before. Your next trip starts the moment you begin planning. Use these insights to pack smarter, check in more effectively, and arrive at your destination with your luggage, your sanity, and your travel budget intact. Safe travels, and remember, the best travelers are always learning, no matter how many miles they've flown. Before you head to the airport for your next trip, take a moment to review your airline's current baggage policies. The 5 minutes you spend checking their website could save you hours of frustration and hundreds of dollars in unexpected fees. And if this video helped you avoid even one of these costly mistakes, hit that like button and subscribe for more travel tips that actually work for experienced travelers like you. Speaking of avoiding travel disasters, you won't believe what happened to one traveler who ignored the new carry-on rules we covered in our last video. Click here to see how a simple power bank nearly got him banned from flying, and learn the carry-on mistakes that could ground you in 2025.